Welcome back, everybody, to the Toyota Soccer Center's Field 4 in Frisco, Texas. An under-19 showcase to wrap our coverage up today from MLS NEXT Cup as the Toronto FC Academy take on Queen City Mutiny. It's been a wonderful day. We've had two great playoff games already. We're hoping to finish it off strong. Sean St. Jacques, Rodney Wallace, Justin Galanti here with you, our entire crew. We've had a great week so far in this tournament. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. Brought to you by Adidas, and we start with Queen City Mutiny, looking to finish off their tournament strong as well.
They're looking to finish off their tournament strong in a formation where they're now playing 5 in the back, basically 3 with the wingers going forward more. This is a formation that is going to give you more attacking chances.
That's what we want to see. It's what the neutrals want to see as well. Toronto FC Academy looks like this more of a conventional 4-3-3 formation, Rodney.
And yes, the 4-3-3 is going to allow them to keep possession and be able to stay connected in the midfield. We want to see the Toronto starting 3, the front 3 men just starting to gel together and to get goals. This is a showcase, so why not put yourself out there on the map?
Yeah, it's been great so far with not only the playoff games, but the showcase games as well. Wonderful skill on display. TFC, of course, in those classic reds. Let's take a look at the Adidas keys to the game, starting with them.
And Toronto just being aggressive and making sure that they represent the whole club, making sure they represent themselves, have some respect. But for Queen City, it's just about not giving Toronto that respect and making sure that they're allowed, they can show themselves who they are as a team and individually make those plays that will get you to the next level.
Queen City Mutiny from Charlotte, North Carolina, looking to do themselves proud here. We've seen a lot of really fun matchups between MLS affiliated teams and the non-MLS affiliated teams. It seems like there's been an extra chip on the shoulder for both sides to really show out at this tournament as this under-19 showcase is underway. We had 2 great games in the playoff rounds today, with Columbus Crew winning on penalties in our first game, and then New England Revolution defeating a very strong PDA side in game number 2. They won that game by 3 goals to 2, I should say, in a seesaw affair. Early attack here for Toronto, as Dare was trying to make a good run down this near side. It's well defended by Queen City. Good step in by Dominguez, helping out defensively. And again, as we've been all week, we're on Twitch, twitch.tv/MLS. Hit us up with any questions, thoughts. Again, we've had a couple that have been way off the board, so it doesn't have to be about soccer. As you can see there, 89 degrees here in Frisco, just 35% humidity. That's been up around 50% or so for a good chunk of this tournament. We've had the breeze come through quite a bit during this last game or so. Derek has it on this near side. TFC's Academy look to build. Walker recycles it. Good touch in the midfield initially by Morgan. Well, but it's swept away by Queen City here. And the ball forward, a little ambitious in the end, but it was well defended initially. That back line. That was Singh on the cover for Queen City Mutiny on that occasion. Now Walker, good centering pass, trying to get Satola into the process there. Not quite able to do so as Dominguez was dispossessed.
Regardless of the fact that this isn't a game that's really deciding anything, every single time you step on the pitch, you never know who's watching. And you always got to give it 100%. You got to give it your best effort. If not, why are you wasting your time? So I really hope that these players take advantage of the opportunity that they're here, that they're being watched. A bunch of college coaches, a bunch of professional clubs are watching. The U.S. national team, other national teams are here watching. So regardless if it's a showcase, regardless if it's a playoff game, you got to get out there. You got to do the best you can in order to put yourself in a better position to get to the next level.
Weston Mckinney was hanging out with Justin Galanti earlier. The big names are out and about watching this tournament. Had a great interview with him earlier, the Juventus star, and of course U.S. men's national team midfielder.
And he said that for him, this brings back memories of where he once played, and it wasn't that long ago that Weston was out here, and he was one of these kids in the academy for FC Dallas, displaying his talents, and that's how he got to where he is now. So it's not too far away for these kids. It's not a far-fetched dream. This is something that's a reality, and they need to take advantage of it.
I've heard you say it, and Jamie Watson, when he was with us as well, talked about it. If you guys had this opportunity when you were coming up, what it could have done for your careers, and why this advantage should be used for everybody involved, not just the players, but talked about the referees. Joe Fletcher's been with us multiple times this week, and has given us great insight from that perspective as well.
Right. So the better that we can educate like you said, the referees, the better the level of the game. And what MLS is trying to do here is just make sure that we continue to rise as a league, and we continue to make sure that these players have good environments to play, good professional environments.
Hilton with a crucial touch there. It was a great ball, looking for Morgan in the middle. Only parts of this game, Rodney, maybe this is not the first thing to look at, but lots of good heads of hair out there. Like you say, the hairstyles, saw Morgan's do, looking very strong. And he nearly gets, he does, he heads it in. Doesn't count. They were looking for an offside appeal. The goal is given. Toronto score first, and that beautiful head of hair from Miles Morgan sees it go into the back of the net, right on cue.
And an early start for Toronto right here. The service was there. The player was ready to make an impact. He was waiting. It was a set play in the corner, and the ball was struck so nicely, so pure right there. But the willingness for the striker to be able to put the ball in the back of the net, incredible.
Great start for Toronto FC's academy. He was in acres of space. Oh, he's clearly onside there. Very clear.
You gotta be
defender
marking.
On the line.
Right, exactly. You gotta be marking. You gotta make sure that you don't lose your player.
What a start for TFC here as Miles Morgan opens the scoring. And now we see if Queen City Mutiny can respond here. Was that a foul? Yes, it was. Referee gives a free kick. Just some good work there. You see Miles Morgan scoring inside of the first 5 minutes here. Right on the doorstep, and was able to convert. Like you said, Rodney, I think in our last game, those chances are not always easy. You got to be ready to react in situations like that, even when it's up close. We have seen some big chances spurned in this tournament. It comes with the territory. It's part of the learning process for all these teams.
Part of the learning process is making sure that you are marking your player at all time. You are spot on with that. And part of the learning process is remembering that if you can score a goal like that, if Morgan can get that goal, he can do it again. Just being in the right place at the right time, being hungry, and making sure you always want to put your team first, and being able to be in the right spots, it just allows the rest of the squad to know where to find you.
And again, twitch.tv/MLS. Get in on the conversation with us. Let us know your thoughts on how the game has started, or previous games. You've been hanging out with us for a while. There was a few people earlier that were coming out of meetings, between meals, hanging out with us. Anytime you spend with us here on Twitch or on YouTube, we thoroughly appreciate. Send any questions to Rodney you want, and Justin and I have answered a few throughout the week as well. We heard from our colleague Jamie Watson. He threw in a chat to us earlier, some words to us in the chat, I should say. We had a under-17 quarterfinal in our first game, then an under-19 quarterfinal in our second game. This is an under-19 showcase to wrap things up on day 5 of MLS NEXT Cup. It's been a tremendous event. Our crew has been tremendous as well, from top to bottom. We appreciate all of their hard work. Dealing with the weather, of course, on top of it. They've just been top class. As have the teams here, frankly, in this tournament. Columbus crew won on penalties in our first game today. The Under-17 quarterfinal. And then New England against PDA, a 3-2 win for the Revolution. Queen City Mutiny down by a goal to nil. But on the attack here.
What a recovery tackle right there.
Really was. Great challenge defensively there. TFC's Academy regained possession.
Making sure they're staying open. Toronto needs to be more organized and have their bodies already shaped in the way that they want to move the ball.
Dare. And Walker involved on this near side for Toronto. Asatola and Dare have been very active so far. Only 10 minutes gone here in Frisco, Texas. Well, that's an ambitious ball from well outside. DiClemente not afraid to fire. It's going to go out of play.
I don't mind that play. Just needs a little bit of technique, but the ability to recognize that if that ball is struck the right way, it has a good chance. The way that player leans back, it's not going to give you a good opportunity. It's not going to give you a high chance of scoring. But the recognition from the player to know that he is in a position to strike the ball from that distance, that's good enough for me right now. We obviously want the play to be sharp. We're not going to always get the sharpest play out of young players, but it's about the intentions. Because you can work on the skill, you can practice that, but having the ability and being brave to do things like that, that's what matters.
Took the words right out of my mouth. That was going to be my next question for you.
My bad, yo.
You're a step ahead.
My bad. I'm a step ahead.
Not at all. I was going to say, you got the head start there. Impressive. Miles Morgan has Toronto here up by a goal to nil. Scored inside of the first 5 minutes. And a point-blank range header into the back of the net.
And if you're Queen City, you don't want to rotate and turn your back to the ball. Never turn your back to the ball. If you're on the wall, you receive an instruction from your goalkeeper, make sure you're able to still face the play.
Great header off a lovely service into the middle. Petrucci trying to pick out a teammate. The header was pretty darn good as well, centrally. In the end, the goalkeeper is able to come up with it. Good saving again by Harris. Harris could be called into action again here, right on cue. He gets there just before our goal scorer, Miles Morgan.
Miles Morgan, a true number 9, positioning himself in a great little pocket right in front of the goal, knowing that anything can happen. That's a true number 9 right there.
It really was a poacher's finish as well to score the goal. Both coaches looking on. It matters to these guys. This is a heck of a week for them. We've had multiple coaches talk to us about the relationships within the team, between the coaching staff and the players, and this is not only a journey to make memories throughout this tournament, but the team coming together as a unit, continue to get better individually, but also in the team setup. That's why this game is so important going forward for everybody involved. We've seen Toronto take the initiative so far. Queen City Mutiny still trying to find a foothold in the game.
It's been a bit slower for Queen City. They haven't been able to break the pressure from Toronto. Toronto again is doing a great job at exposing the fact that they are playing a 5-man back line, and maybe Queen City isn't ready to play in that formation just yet, and it's something that they're going to have to learn. But that's why we have showcases, right? So you can practice that, and you can get better at certain things, and at the same time respect the game. Obviously take it seriously. Just because it's not a playoff match, it doesn't mean that it loses its importance.
Queen City do very nicely to play that out of trouble, with Sunderland helping out, but now the ball has to be kept in on this near side, and it just about trickles out. Good effort to try and keep that in on this near side by Mata. Not quite able to do so right in front of his bench. Dare resets for TFC. Medeiros, who nearly scored via the header a few moments ago off a great ball into the penalty area. Clemente now doing well on this far side to keep that alive. Crossing his blocks, and Toronto will settle for a throw.
Hey, we gotta watch this.
Well, there's a bit of a lefties conversation going on in the Twitch chat. You're hearing from two lefties, I believe, right in the booth here.
You're left-footed too?
Yeah, I think we talked about that earlier.
We did.
Yeah,
we did.
You and I are both lefties. I say it's rare to run into a lefty in the wild, but we've been lucky enough to come together here, Rodney.
Well, lefties on the field are very important.
Yeah.
You don't get many of them, so they are a luxury. At the same time, you have to be able to play with both feet. Obviously, you have to be able to know how to play different positions, and the more awareness you have to different positions, the easier the game becomes for you, because you know exactly what your teammate is expecting from you.
I think Justin Galante's a righty, our guy on the sideline. Nearly had a full set there for a moment. Justin, right-handed over there, holding it with your left hand on the mic.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked hard in my life to be able to be as strong as on the left side as I am on the right. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but you know, when I grew up, I would hold this microphone in my left hand and it would drop. My hand wasn't strong enough, but I've worked hard, and I would say we're about 50% of the way with the left hand to where we are with the right.
We're talking about keys to being a good broadcaster, being ambidextrous with the mic. Not a bad trait to have.
Yeah, also, I mean, if you're going to journalism school like we did, right, being able to type with both hands is pretty good. So, you know, whatever you can do to make yourself more versatile, you know, I think on the bottom of a job application sometimes it'll say, can you, as this chance goes just wide, can you film right-handed, left-handed? Can you Snapchat right-handed, left-handed? Can you TikTok right-handed, left-hand? It's all about versatility.
Very important, no question. Justin, as this chance goes begging here, Rodney, for Toronto with the right-booted effort.
And I would have loved to see a little bit more composure. Just like we saw the last game, maybe taking the time to figure out what the game is giving you, where the goalkeeper is, and how can I fully connect and take advantage of open chances right there.
In the end, it goes out for a goal kick. That was a real chance to get a second one as Walker got in behind. Of course, on a more serious note, too, players that are so good with both of their feet, can't have enough of them, even at this level.
Definitely not. The faster you can adapt to playing with both feet, being comfortable with all angles, that's a valuable player.
Oh, we got a lefty in the chat as well.
Welcome in.
It's a small fraternity, the lefty fraternity. We count you among them. Really appreciate you reaching out to us. Presumably with your left hand. Queen City Mutiny trying to get back into this game here as Miles Morgan has TFC's academy in front. Solid idea through the middle as it was Tiernan who just wasn't able to quite get on the end of it. But the idea was good.
Great individual effort right there.
It's beautiful skill on this far side. Referee went out of play. It's a throw. Just before they could really burst out on the far side. Petrucci, who has had a good first half as well. Hartill trying to help out as well for the boys in red, the Canadian club. Dare. That's a lovely little hesitation move. Skips past 2 challenges. Di Clementi invited into the play. It's great interplay here from TFC. Hartzell, just at the vital moment, is swarmed and dispossessed. Nice run to get out of trouble there. The Queen City Mutiny, Singh doing nicely initially, but one back, and Walker leaves it for Asatola.
Bit too casual there from the Toronto FC midfielder. I'd like to see him have a little bit more urgency and more awareness, and knowing that there's always going to be a man on you, so you don't have that much time.
Di Clementi. Whistle goes here, I think, for a free kick. In the end, Sardin is still down for Queen City Mutiny. End of that sequence, holding his ankle, it appears. And he might need some attention. Hopefully he's okay. Might have to go to the training staff for further evaluation. This might give an opportunity for both teams to come over and reassess. And we hope Alejandro Sardin is okay. Clearly he needs a little extra help here. Morgan scored the opening goal for Toronto FC. There he is. Talked about his great hairdo earlier. Helped him finish, I'm sure. And that's where we stand at the moment. 20 minutes gone. It's going to turn into a hydro break here, as we have nearly played 20 minutes. Sean St. Jacques, Rodney Wallace, Justin Galanti, our entire tremendous crew here in Frisco, Texas. Again, twitch.tv/MLS. Lefties, righties, ambidextrous, any of you, hit us up. Let us know what you think about what's going on in the tournament, in soccer, in life. Told us earlier, Ronnie, you're a professor of life.
I'm just trying to educate the youth, man. I'm just trying to pass on my knowledge of the game, make sure that these kids have everything that they need in front of them to be successful. That's what I'm here for.
Well, you're doing a good job. No question about that.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I love working with you. I really do appreciate it. You're killing it. It's been nice.
We've had a great crew here, haven't we?
We've had a good crew.
We've been very lucky.
We've been able to see top talent right here. These players are really showing what they're about, and their desire to improve has definitely blown me away. Their competitiveness, that's another thing right there, how competitive they've been.
Another great member of our crew is Justin Galanti, who's standing by with the Toronto coach.
Thanks, Sean. Coach, your team gets the early goal in this one. How have you felt about the start to this match?
Well, it's slow. It's hot here. It's slow. And I think the early goal is an important one because it can deflate a team. But we've been on the front foot. We've been in their half. We've not let them play. So from that perspective, it's been good. Now we need to connect some passes, get to the other side of the field, and increase some speed and try to get into their final third.
What did you tell your guys prior to the match about the opportunity they have, on this stage in a showcase like this?
It's about us. Like we came out of a pandemic for 2 years in Canada, right? And we were passing balls in boxes for months. We've really just been back competing since the start of this year. This is our last game of the season. This is really a celebration for some of our guys who are graduating to our second team, to university, all that stuff. So we really just focused on that, like really enjoying our football together, because it's important for us. So we need to cherish this now that it's back.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you,
guys.
Yeah, Justin, great stuff there. Great perspective, too. Thinking back, obviously, going back to 2020, 2021, issues that Canadian clubs had. I mean, Toronto FC in general, especially when you look at the youth level and a step down below MLS, the transition they had to make from USL League One to MLS Next Pro was severely impacted by COVID, and they didn't play in one of those USL League One seasons at the beginning of the pandemic. But now we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and TFC really get to have a moment here to see how far they've come since that really tough few years.
Yeah, I think the coach makes a great point of enjoying these moments, because as you can see, they can easily be taken away from you, and then what? What do you have, right? So taking advantage, having fun, it's a celebration. Again, these players may not play together ever again, so why not make it a special match? Why not advance? Why not, and what I mean advance is like, why not get better?
Right.
Why not, why not you? Why can't you be great? Why can't you make it to the next level? Every minute can really change the trajectory of your career. So taking advantage, having fun, and really understanding what you want to achieve is right in front of you.
So true, and obviously Toronto have gotten off to the right start in this game as well. They've been aggressive and have been on it from the off to begin this game. Queen City Mutiny trying to make something happen themselves. It's well defended initially.
Good step right there, spotting the danger.
Queen City Mutiny have it back, an opportunity potentially to move it forward. Mata helping out initially, coming forward from that back line.
And he kept the ball. Very, very, very impressed by his footwork.
I think that for me has been a really impressive part about this tournament. How many players can be so good under pressure, just like this. Great ball in behind, the run not quite timed up well enough, and the flag goes up.
What a ball there from Hilton, knowing exactly that the player is running diagonally. He's running in behind the TFC defense, in between the lines. But, I mean, what a ball. Just breaking the lines, making sure he gets to his target. It was offside, but the idea is there, and there's room for growth.
It's tough to tell on that angle. Again, it's when the ball is kicked. That could have been pretty tight. In the end, the flag did go up. Sotola does well there.
Great turn.
That wide from Hartill was very nice indeed. You said, Rodney, after the great turn. Medeiros wins a throw out of that.
What a great step by Medeiros. The fact that he intercepted that pass, it just shows how connected he is to the game, how aware he is, and the distance that he had from him to the player was very far, but he still made the effort to get there and make sure that he put out the fires.
Now Sotola. This is Dare.
One.
Oh, very crisp passing there. Walker. Sotola.
Well done.
Dare invited into the play as well. This is brilliant from TFC. Opportunity to keep it going.
Good pass by the referee.
Oh, a strike from quite some distance out. He's parried out. Medeiros took aim. And he wins this side of corner after a vicious effort.
It's a strike from quite a distance right there. Would have been a great assist by the referee, though, huh? What an effort.
That must have been almost 30, 35 yards out, that strike.
The way that ball dipped. Caught it right at the perfect moment. Solid strike.
Harris made a good save on it as well. And from the corner, another shot blocked just from the inside parts of the penalty area. Oof, what a Queen City Mutiny with the collision here. Ball bounces up just past us. And we get it back into play.
Can we play that, Justin? Can we play? You know what I mean? Can you hold the ball for a second so we can probably juggle and you know, show our footwork?
Well, Ronnie wanted to get back into it there for a second with the ball at his feet. It nearly came up to Jessica Galanti, our sideline reporter. That's the second time I've had to get the ball put towards my way in this week of games. Cross is flared in. Decent ball into the middle by Paquet. Oh, this was from yesterday. Oh, that's actually a good shot. That's my first time looking at that, actually.
And then take that.
Oh, not as bad as I thought it looked, actually.
He
that's
was really
my first
feeling
time
himself.
looking back at that.
Really feeling himself.
I do regret not acting like I'd been there before, but it wasn't as emphatic as I thought it was. So I'm trying, not trying to stay humble,
It wasn't that.
Learning from you.
It wasn't that toxic. Toxic Jamie.
I was told the hot sauce meter broke on that. I take great pride in that, though, guys. Great job by our crew clipping that. I have to admit, I didn't realize I was on camera when that even happened yesterday. But a great job by our crew catching it.
There are a lot of eyes. There are a lot of people watching.
That's right. That's right. You never know, right? You never know who's watching. That's right. That's right. And no, Justin asked me if it was spider tack yesterday. No. All natural. All natural. Just. Yeah, Dallas isn't too far up the road. Dallas, I think, is 35 minutes from Frisco, so. I know I'm from the tri-state area, so
25 minutes, right?
25? Yeah. From the tri-state? Yeah. You've seen me drive. Here comes Toronto. They're driving forward. Morgan for a second. He's done it. Miles Morgan with a brace inside of 30 minutes. TFC are flying themselves, and they lead by 2-0. Both of them scored by Miles Morgan.
And that's why he's the number 9. That's why he's their target player. That's why he's their goal scorer. Great ball in between. The player does so well to keep that ball alive, to shoot it, find a target, and right there, the rebound, the recognition that the danger is right there, that the ball can get to you at any time. What a goal from Toronto, and you can see what it means to the coach. You can see what it means to the team. Great send-off, and this is a showcase, but that's 2 goals for him, right? So he is showing why he is Miles Morgan, the goal scorer. 2 goals in a day.
Very clinical play from Miles Morgan. And he has TFC Academy up by 2-0. Very good finishes on both occasions. Opportunistic. And he took both chances. And the celebrations this week have also just been...
Again, the ball is in behind.
As this ball is as well. Big chance for Toronto to add another. And it's up against the post, I think. I'm not sure goalkeeper got a touch to that as Walker looked to add another.
Even if the goalkeeper didn't get a save on it, the fact that he did, because it is a corner, but the fact that he was able to protect that front post, and he makes a brilliant save right there.
Yeah, you're right. He got fingertips to it, Rodney. And it's out for a corner. Harris doing very well at his near post. Cross is... Oh, it's a really vicious effort again. Medeiros went for the spectacular. And in the end, just sent it soaring over the top.
We getting a little water break here?
Looks like it. We've had a lot of great goals in this tournament. Lewis from New England in our first game had a tremendous goal, as did Fry in our first game. The New England boys were really bringing some phenomenal skill, and Miles Morgan has taken center stage in our final game of the day, this under-19 showcase. 2 very clinical finishes as the fans, scouts, and some soccer royalty's been around this week as well. Watching on here in Frisco, Texas, Field 4, Sean St. Jacques, Rodney Wallace, Justin Galanti, our entire crew. It's been a tremendous week here. While we take the hydro break, let's take a look at some more of the Adidas sounds of the game.
Yeah. Do I step to the 6 or wait for long?
In this moment, no. If they're just playing around, go more into a 4. If we feel the press is on where Jose can get to the fullback and show inside, then you can come across to the 6.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
If he has the ball, do I block the 6 or who do I block? Because then he just plays the 6 and he has space.
It's not terrible as long as you're in a 4. If you're in the 2 and the 2, then it's a problem.
Little look, Rodney, at the Queen City Mutiny side of things as they're trying to find a way back into this showcase match.
They have to figure out how they can change this game, how they can turn things around, because they are having to, they have to defend a lot right now, but it's about maybe keeping the ball, right? Maybe just slowing down the tempo and really putting your foot on the ball, slowing down the game and adjusting, passing it, get used to knocking in with each other. And then eventually the chances will come, but being able to be in control of the game and not always defending, running backwards, that's going to be a very big key for the Queen City.
And again, twitch.tv/MLS. Hit us up with some of your questions, thoughts, opinions on soccer and beyond. You got a question for Rodney Wallace, or even for myself or Justin Galante? Send them all our way. We were asked a question about a fight between a silverback gorilla and a grizzly bear earlier. That was the debate we had. I think that was in our last game. I apologize. The games with the Twitch chat sometimes come together. We were just having a nice lefties conference here in the booth as well. Some of the Twitch chatters. TFC trying to get it out of their own end. It was some good pressure by Dominguez, but it's going to be out for a throw into the Canadian side.
For Queen City, I think a key for them right now is to really take advantage of the fact that they're playing with a 5-man back line, which means that the wingers are going to have space. So take the space out wide. There's always going to be a mismatch in the middle. They're always going to feel like they have a man out, but allow that to happen. Allow the combination play to really take effect in order to maybe clear out a little bit of space, get out wide, get a cross in, and look for chances to get goals. But usually when you're playing against a 4-3-3 and you're in a 3-5-3, you have an advantage. You have a numerical advantage in the midfield, so take advantage of that.
From the corner, header at the near post, could be alive, but Miles Morgan this time showing you his defensive acumen, heads it away, and then uses great hustle and pace to clear it. In the end, it's a TFC throw. That's great work from Miles Morgan now at the other end of the pitch as well. Anything good there in the...
I got a question for you.
Twitch chat?
Hold on. Let me get back to my Twitch people. Who was your influencer? Who influenced you or inspired you to become an announcer?
Oh,
and I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say.
That's a great question.
But I'm going to let you answer it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No, go ahead.
There's a lot of people.
The main one.
Who have helped me or inspired me. To be honest with you, I got my love of sports from my mom.
There it is. I love to hear that.
Yeah.
Tell us more, please. Tell us more about the influence that you received, what your mom was able to give you, the inspiration.
My mom played a lot of sports growing up through the high school level, and her love of sports, baseball, basketball in particular, got me into sports as a kind of a gateway. Mm-hmm. And then that led me into following a ton of sports. I'm curious to hear Justin Galante's part of it as well. But she actually told me when I was really young, you're going to do this one day. You're going to be a broadcaster. And because, kids don't like listening to their moms, I told her, no, I'm going to do something else. I'll pick another career path.
You were one of those kids, huh?
So, 8, 9 years old. You don't know what you're going to do.
One of those bad kids. No, Mom, I'm not doing that.
And as it always is the case, everyone knows listening, Mom's always right, and here I am. But I'd be curious, Justin Galante on the sideline, to hear your thoughts. What kind of inspired you to get into the broadcasting field?
Yeah, it's funny. Rodney and I were actually talking about this on the drive home yesterday. It was, for me, like, I grew up playing sports, obviously, and it was my strongest passion in life, but was never really good enough to play at any level that mattered to anybody. So this was a way that you could stay in sports and be a part of it, even if I wasn't good enough to play any of it. And it's a passion that's just developed even more as time has gone on. And you get the opportunity to come to events like this, and you feel really fortunate to get to do so. I don't know if I have a person or an event that inspired me to do it, but I think from the time I was pretty young, I felt like whatever I was going to do, it was going to be in sports somehow.
No question. Very cool stuff there. Justin Galante is Queen City Mutiny try to move forward here. That's going to go out of play for a throw deep into the corner.
And that's very good from Queen City right there. Playing more vertically, making the runs, going forward. They want to move forward right now. They're down 2-0, so why not take the space that Toronto is giving you? Toronto is right now pressing so high that at times that they're forgetting their defensive responsibility, so that gives you enough space if you're Queen City to run the channels.
Just to kind of wrap up the point about being inspired by different broadcasters. I did want to ask you, Justin, if there was maybe a broadcaster or two that you look at and maybe have been inspired by, maybe when you were younger or maybe in your college days.
Right now.
Or right now, like Rodney Wallace, maybe?
Yeah, Rodney Wallace, Jamie Watson.
There you go.
All right, no, but seriously.
To be honest with you, I mean, my number one inspiration in this field is my brother. My brother does the same thing. He's, 4 years older than me, and obviously everybody kind of wants to live up to their brother. And I've been really fortunate my whole life that I was actually saying to someone the other day, I don't think I've had an argument with my brother in my entire life. Maybe we didn't agree on the rules of wiffle ball or something when I was 6 and he was 10, but we're very close, and I've always been incredibly impressed by everything he has done. And I mean, to me, like, there's always some inherent pressure that I want to live up to the standard, I guess, that he's set for our family. So that's kind of my easy answer. There's so many great broadcasters, around the world and in every sport. But for me, to be able to look up to somebody that I'm as close with as I am with my brother is something that's been really lucky for me to have ever since I started pursuing this.
Yeah, that's very cool relationship there. Especially see a lot of families within broadcasting that have been so successful, bouncing off of each other and building each other up. Very cool stuff in that regard, no question about that. TFC win a corner here in the meantime.
Keep the love in the family. I love that, Justin. I love it.
Very cool.
Doesn't happen often. Welcome back, Justin.
Did I go somewhere?
And again, keep the questions coming. Twitch.tv/MLS. And again, we appreciate everybody watching on Twitch and on YouTube as well throughout the week. More playoff games coming tomorrow as well, as we will keep this tournament going into the early months, or I should say the early part of the month of July as well. Queen City Mutiny here on the attack.
This is good from Queen City right here.
Dominguez building out of the right moments. Out to the far side and just kind of breaks down there. Di Clementi's challenge helping out. Slowing things down as Petrucci gets past a man. Doesn't have much help on this far side. And did he win a corner? He didn't. It's out for a goal kick. That's great effort there on the far side.
That is a good effort right there. Individual effort. He had nobody around him, and he realized that, so he wanted to take on the players. Go ahead, kid. Take the players on. Unfortunately, you didn't get the corner, but we see what you can do. Keep up that speed, that ability to run at players. Build your confidence.
Just to quickly go back to the broadcaster conversation, I did want to chime in as well. I think of my Seton Hall family as a Seton Hall alum in that alumni group, and people like Frank Garrity, some people might know from the tri-state area, radio broadcaster, John Brickley, who's worked for ESPN. There's a lot of people that, WSOU, where I worked at, the college radio station in South Orange, New Jersey, such a good alumni pool to pull from. So many people that have done so well in the business, and those are people that have really helped me, gain confidence in myself, and there continue to be people that I trust to go back and say, well, what do you think about this, and how do you think I did with that? Those are kind of things for people that want to get into the business that are really important to carry along the way. Those kind of relationships can be crucial, as Miles Morgan was in for a hat-trick possibility there.
Back right there.
Opportunity for Walker to reset it. Dare. Chance to send this into the penalty area. Good header centrally, but it's too close to the goalkeeper from Petrucci. And Harris collects. 2.5 minutes left in this first half that has seen Toronto FC pretty much, maybe not quite dominate, but they certainly dictated how this first half has gone. And Miles Morgan's finishing has been
On point?
Crucial. Yeah, on point for sure. Near hot sauce leader Flames from him so far. Not just the style, but the substance as well.
Hey, I like that. Flames? So how many bottles?
The finishes were pretty routine. I think he would tell you that, but I think I'd give him a 7 for his Flames in the first half. I mean, again, you look at the style, right? You know this more better than I do. But when you look at the hairdo, you look at the way he's carried himself confidence-wise, it's hard not to give him a 7 or an 8, I think, on top of his great play on the field, which I think would get more of a 9 or a 10.
Right. No, I completely agree.
Hard to not give a player a 9 or a 10 when they played as well as Miles Morgan has in this first half. He's been tremendous.
Walker right here, recognizing that he has space to move forward. TFC right now, focus on possession, keeping the ball. Last 3 minutes of the game, making sure that you're not opening yourself up, exposing yourself, third man running, individual efforts, passing the ball back and forth.
Chance for a third. Harris denies the chance. Great effort. Petrucci coming in. Vicious strike, but right down the throat of the goal, and Harris collects.
Harris does a great job of recognizing that the ball is coming low, and for him to be able to push off and make that save, that shows where the quality of the goalkeeper.
Toronto still want more here at the end of the first half. Miles Morgan trying to maneuver his way into the penalty area further. Queen City Mutiny do a nice job this time of clearing their lines. Still try to get it out of trouble, though, and it's one back.
TFC is just putting on so much pressure right now.
And the 45 minutes, as that's going to be a foul and a free kick. I think the referee was holding up 3 minutes towards us over here on the sideline. We'll wait to confirm the stoppage time at the end of that, but it looks like it's going to be 3 added minutes to finish off a solid first half in this under-19 showcase. And there's the confirmation. 3 more to go in half number 1. Game 3 of 3 today. We had 2 great playoff games earlier. Columbus Crew and New England Revolution in under-17 and under-19 quarterfinal play, respectively. Moving on to the semifinals. Clementi controlling it on this far side. Morgan now picking it up. It was Dare asking for it from Acetola on this near side. It stays with Acetola. Now Dare has it.
In the
Lovely
space
ball
right
into
there.
the middle. Chance, and the cross is cleared out for a corner. Hilton had to be very alert there after another great sequence of build-up play from TFC's academy.
Good recognition of where the space is from Hardo right there, knowing that it was going to be a ball in between that's going to free him in order to put the ball across the face of the goalkeeper.
I guess Justin and I aren't the only ball boys here today. Everyone's getting in on the act, trying to make sure everyone can restart play. I know you like a quick restart yourself.
Are faster than this. Man was moving in slow motion.
Gotta get the play back underway here. A chance again for Toronto. It's still not dealt with. Harris climbs up the highest. He's able to grasp it before further trouble could take place.
Transition right here. TFC has to do a better job at transitioning, but now you can see they got numbers behind the ball. And that's something that they've been for sure practicing. You won't.
Well, nearly another chance for us here in the booth to get that. The roof denies us. Unlucky there, Justin Galanti, our sideline reporter.
Good piece of skill right there. Again.
I wonder if there's a magnet over here that keeps attracting the ball over to us. Justin Galanti's had a few tries at one. We had one that bounced near us, Rodney, as well. Maybe they just want to see your great skills back in action.
I actually really do want to trap the ball. So
you said earlier, put it on my chest. Come on, let's go.
To silence all of you guys catching the ball with your hand. No, I'm just kidding.
So scoring the match winner in an MLS Cup final, not enough for you, huh?
There's always room for growth.
No question. I was watching that goal back. before I came down here to Frisco. It was a great finish in that 2015 MLS Cup final.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
All the recognition of the back post, like I've been talking about here for these players.
That's a great point.
Catching the defender asleep.
As again, Harris comes up with a big save. Flag was up anyway. Goalkeeper remains alert here. The tail end of this first half as the 3 minimum added minutes are up. Keep those questions coming on twitch.tv/MLS as we head into the halftime break here in our Under-19 showcase. It's been the Miles Morgan show in half number 1 for Toronto FC Academy. He has scored both of the goals, and TFC lead by 2-0. And there's plenty more to come here on Twitch and on YouTube here at MLS Next Cup. Stay with us. Sean St. Jacques, Rodney Wallace, Justin Galanti back here with you. Halftime of our final game of the day, this under-19 showcase at MLS Next Cup. Queen City Mutiny trailing Toronto FC's Academy by 2-0. It's been another great half of MLS Next Cup play in this showcase. Both teams trying to finish the tournament strong. And we've had some good performances as we take a look at the halftime highlights. Rodney, brought to you by Adidas, and it begins with Toronto on the attack.
It begins with the play right here. It begins with the set pieces. It begins with things that they have been training, and it begins with the player right there, Morgan, making sure he's ready in front of the goal, putting the ball in the back of the net. 1-0 Toronto.
He was far from done in this first half. Great finish there with the head, and really Toronto created a lot more opportunities. Medeiros with a stinging effort there.
What a strike from distance right there from Medeiros, and making sure that he gets enough to test the goalkeeper. But then again, look at this individual effort right here. And that all comes from just putting the ball on goal, allowing the goalkeeper to make a save. And eventually it might fall to you. Morgan's at the right place at the right time. 2-0.
2 goals for Morgan, 2 goals for Toronto, who lead at the half. Let's send it on down to Justin Galanti.
Quickly, your thoughts kind of on those first 45 minutes.
Those 45 minutes really were, for me, an experience for the guys to get a foothold in the game. They scored in a transition and a set piece, which for me, we had to maybe manage the space a little better and be a little bit more prepared for a quick set piece. Other than that, for me, is more about the journey these guys have been on. From a perspective where we've been with the team for 11 months, we see the progress that's been made, and it's been really awesome to see this first half. And we're a team that we're going to attack a game, and we're set up in a position to attack this second half, and we can create chances, and I'm confident we're going to push in this second half.
I heard you saying to your guys during the break there, this is such a great opportunity for you. Talk about the showcase that this event is for you guys.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, the atmosphere all week has been incredible. The boys have absorbed a lot of the atmosphere from the showcase. The coaches, we've enjoyed it, and as a team, it's helped us to come together and really be proud when we step on that field of where we are and what we're going to achieve. And it's fantastic for these guys to get this opportunities. It's a very young team, and for them to take this in, a lot of them will be back next year in the 19s, and to have this on board, it's amazing.
What's one thing you want to see in this second half?
Aggressive play, both in and out of possession. Move the ball, how we move the ball aggressively, how we press the final 2 yards, aggressive in these moments. I think this is what I want. For us to come out and we say we left it on the last 45 minutes against Toronto FC, who are a fantastic team, but we are too. And we're going to play aggressively, both in and out of possession, to enjoy it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Guys. Thanks, Coach. Thanks a lot, Justin. As we get ready for the second half here in Frisco. Adidas is a proud partner of MLS Next. Where others see the impossible, at Adidas, we see possibilities. Impossible is nothing. Second half about to get underway with Toronto kicking from right to left here on Twitch and on YouTube to start this second half. Just looked like that Queen City Mutiny may have made a goalkeeper change there. Alfredo Catalan appears to be coming on here at the halftime interval, with Queen City Mutiny looking to get back into this game. Again, the coaching staff seems confident that they can play better after trying to get a foothold in the game in the first half. But so far, Miles Morgan has been the star for Toronto, and they lead by 2-0 and control things at the start of this under-19 showcase's second half. Two very clean finishes from Miles Morgan has TFC in front. Sean St. Jacques, Rodney Wallace, Justin Galanti, our entire crew here in Frisco, Texas at the Toyota Soccer Center. Field number 4. That's where we've been all week. It's been the lucky field, it feels like. There's been some great goals, some wonderful drama. Great skill as well. Again, and twitch.tv/MLS. Keep the comments, questions, and thoughts coming. Any questions you have for Rodney, for myself, or Justin? It's one of the great things about this broadcast setup. As soon as you ask it, we can answer it for you very quickly. Medeiros starting it forward. Ivanisevic was trying to find a teammate. He did in the form of Hartill, and they'll have to recycle this back to Jovan Ivanisevic.
Come on, Toronto.
Great interplay again, but Queen City Mutiny just about stifle it for the time being.
Toronto, right, again, looking for the ball as soon as they lose it. They're not backing down. They want more goals.
It's forced into the corner. Good tussle for Petrucci, just trying to hold everybody off right now for Toronto, and wins a corner. That's great work.
What an effort from Petrucci right there to make sure that the ball stays in bounds, protecting the ball, using his strength, and making sure he gets a corner.
Ball's played into Walker. And Walker, with a good effort, just rolls past the goal after a good save by Catalan in goal. And it'll lead to another TFC set piece.
Toronto has had good success with the set pieces. I think that they've actually ran a lot of the play to be on the ground and instead of just crossing and putting the ball in the air. That's what's been successful for them, catching the other team by surprise.
Queen City Mutiny trying to break out here. This might be brought back for a foul, but wonderful composure. Saletto just, I should say, Asatola, just tremendous work there under pressure. Look, Asatola's had a good game so far as well for Toronto.
He's been a boss in the midfield. He's definitely set the tempo of the game. He's definitely a player with good feet, good awareness, knows where he is on the field. Great dribbling ability.
And Queen City Mutiny hit back here. This is a great run. All across. He's initially cleared, I should say. Not quite dealt with fully. Ustahegi there defensively did a lot of the work, and it leads to an opportunity for Keegan Walker.
Keep running.
Tries to touch it through for Miles Morgan, just out of his reach. And it's cleaned up nicely at the back by Medel Penaloza. Thiago Lima, who came on at halftime as well.
Gotta release the ball quicker. Gotta release the ball quicker. Those are naive mistakes right there that the players are making. Play the ball. Move the ball. The ball will always move faster than the player.
Some people asking in the Twitch chat about the showcase game. These are teams that have been in the tournament. They've been eliminated, but they still get the same number of games as anybody that's still in the playoffs. It's really a cool part of this tournament. And it's a showcase because these players still have an opportunity with scouts watching and big clubs watching to put on a show and show their talents to everybody. And that's what this game serves for. We've had some good competitive games.
Take advantage of these opportunities right here for Queen City. They don't come often, so cherish them. Make the best out of them. Move the ball quickly.
Lima off balance. Went all the way through. Flag might go up. In the end, is fired over the top. That was a real chance.
It was a real chance, but it could have been better. We could have seen more quality. We could have seen the crossing be there. We could have seen the decision making. Make an impact on the game. Make an impact on the game. That's what you're here for, to showcase yourself.
Andrew Bukidis, who just came on as well during the halftime break. It was his chance after some great work by fellow substitute Thiago Lima. And in the end, he was not able to finish it. But that's what Queen City Mutiny are looking more for in this second half. They didn't get to create too much offensively in the first 45 minutes, and Toronto have a lot to do with that. As Keegan Walker goes back to work on this near side.
Well done from Walker right there. Trapping the ball, keeping the ball.
Asatola took aim. Queen City Mutiny are there to block it, and it does bounce out for a corner kick.
I like Walker's game. I'd like to see him actually be more aggressive. We've seen flashes. We've seen instances where he's been great 1v1. We've seen him be better at running at players within the space. But we want to see more. If we can see that he has flashes, be more consistent with that and be aggressive. Don't shy away from when you do.
Off the corner, nearly fell for Morgan, and then it did at the second attempt. And he puts it wide with the hat trick within his reach.
He's hungry. He's heating up. That's what we say. That's when we say he is heating up. Great service in the box. And again, Morgan is always ready. He's in the box. He's ready to score. He's making the best out of this opportunity to be in a showcase. And again, Toronto pressing high, playing with tiki-taka inside the box.
It could lead to a third. Wonderful turn by Morgan. And in the end, the shot is held onto by Alfredo Catalan.
And see, now we're starting to see the different qualities from different players. We see Morgan is not just about scoring the goal that's in front of with the easy goal in front of the goalkeeper, but now we're seeing his dribbling ability. Can he turn with little space? These are the little things that now we're starting to see from a player that has 2 goals on the day.
Queen City Mutiny now trying to make some headway themselves. This ball is well placed into that penalty area, but Di Rosario is all over it.
Go, Walker. Go ahead, Di Rosario.
Goes to Dare instead. He's immediately closed down. Oh, lovely skill there as well to get Queen City Mutiny back on the attack. And then in the end, the shot is well over the top.
It's okay. The positives from this is the ability to pressure. Queen City is ramping up the intensity a little bit, maybe pressuring it higher. And that's what they have to do right now. Being down 2 goals, you have nothing to lose. It's a showcase. You're down. Show these scouts what you have and your desire, because it's not just about what you do on the ball. It's about, do you want to win? Coaches want winners.
There's some wonderful skill in there as well from the substitute, Matthew Nicosia.
Great running in behind.
Morgan might be in for a third, and Catalan beats him to the spot again. Miles Morgan really wants that hat trick.
Right, and you saw a little bit of the tug of the shirt right there, which, you know, if maybe that didn't happen, Morgan would have gotten to the ball quicker.
Here's a look at the last sequence.
Great ball, great run. And just almost gets the poke. But, hey, give credit to the goalkeeper for keeping track of the play, making sure that he spots the danger.
Your side, good touch.
Yes, play and move. Hold off play. Play and move. Good recognition.
Hesitation here allowed.
Yes.
Thiago Lima to get inside the penalty area. Referee, well, he had the whistle to his mouth there, but we play on. Indeed we do. Toronto have it.
Yes. Great turn. Great ball movement. Toronto likes the ball in the channels. They like to run out wide. Watch the bounce. Don't let the ball bounce. Things like that will happen. Outlet pass, 1 touch.
Chance to score there. Great save. Catalan again denying Keegan Walker after some great work by Jason Hartill. And Toronto continue to threaten in numerous different avenues.
One right there. Don't let the ball bounce. Take care of it, especially in those areas. Great save by the goalkeeper.
It really was, and well, the flag actually was up as well at the end of that, so
and that
wouldn't have counted. But still,
it's the decision making. Do it quicker. If you're gonna give it to your player, give it to him quicker. Set him up for success.
We've had multiple coaches talk to us this week, and you've mentioned it as well, Rodney, how important decision making is at this stage in the careers. Well, you said earlier today about one sequence where, yes, the shot didn't hit the target, but that led to the lead up, I should say, to the effort was very good.
Right. I mean, for example, this last action from Toronto that we saw, it might look good because the player was able to get a shot, but it was offside. So it's a clear indicator that you have to make quicker decisions. Drive the ball, allow one of the Queen City defenders to commit, and then spray it wide. But also the player overlapping has to know the timing and where to receive it on the field.
Keep sending us your comments, twitch.tv/MLS.
And I saw a comment on the Twitch about the field, and when we first started this tournament, obviously this was not the condition of this pitch, but the amount of games that are being played, are definitely taking a toll on the field.
Big soccer guy was asking how the field, Rodney, is holding up throughout this tournament. Do you have a thought on that?
I mean, honestly, this is decent.
Yeah.
For the amount of games that are being played, I think that the grounds crew here is doing an amazing job at making sure the level is high by keeping the field on point. But we are definitely going to see this field get a bit destroyed. It's completely normal.
They're playing so many games every day. Again, this is the third game just today here at Field 4 at the Toyota Soccer Center. And here comes well, it will be a triple change, dare I say a line change for Toronto FC. 3 guys are getting ready to come on.
Keep going, move forward. There you go. Tell your teammate what you want him to do.
And miscommunication there allows...
And it's okay, now it's the response, right? You didn't like what happened? Keep your head up and keep playing.
Balls from Morgan.
Morgan!
Who shoots? Oh, it's sensational! What a goal from Miles Morgan to cap off a hat-trick. And Toronto are 3-0 up with the best goal of the day so far, at least in this game, from the talented and very, very strong player, Miles Morgan. What a day for him.
What a strike from distance right here. To recognize that it's so important to get the second ball, trapping the ball, hitting it off the side volley, giving the goalkeeper no chance from that distance. Well done from a young player. Well done, Morgan. Enjoy the hat trick. Let this be a turning point in your young career. Remember this feeling.
It sat up so nicely for him. And those flames, that heating up process that Miles Morgan went through in the first half. He's en fuego now, sizzling hot, and he's got a hat trick.
Caliente.
Not the first hat trick on this field this week.
That boy's on fire.
We had Omar Marquez from Sac Republic with a playoff hat trick earlier this week on Field 4, and Miles Morgan gets in on the fun as well for Toronto. A lot of changes coming up here for Toronto FC. Nathan Baker, Jordan Barclay, Kyrese Lynch-Bailey, all going to come on here as a number of the guys get a well-earned rest. It looks like Adrian Garthaus for Queen City Mutiny is also going to join us. And some well-deserved handshakes for a job well done so far in this game for Toronto. 3-0 up with 31 minutes still to play. And all 3 of the goals have been scored by Miles Morgan.
Great bit of skill right there. And a wonderful ball. Defending outstanding. But again, the willingness to win the ball, the desire is there. Love the competition.
He took a deflection on the way through. Garthaus trying to get involved right away since coming on. And in the end, the goalkeeper redistributes it.
Touch, Walker. Good touch. Play the ball out. Get in the box now.
Walker wants
one more.
The pass in behind Morgan. Nearly scored his 4th. Good save. Out for a corner.
Well done from Di Rosario, recognizing that Queen City is not set up. Walker looking for the counter. Those two have a good understanding. As soon as Di Rosario gets the ball, Di Rosario is looking long at Walker. Walker was able to capitalize on the mistake from the Queen City defender. He slipped, and he was able to play the ball out wide to Morgan and almost create a chance right here.
We haven't seen anyone score 4 on Field 4 yet. Miles Morgan nearly did just that.
Oh,
good skill on that far side as Asatola gets involved. Sean St. Jacques, Rodney Wallace, Justin Galanti, and our entire crew. It's been a really fun week here. And it continues tomorrow. There's more playoff games in store. So stick with us on Twitch and on YouTube as well. It all culminates with the finals across the street at Toyota Stadium. Here's Morgan.
If you're a team like Toronto right now and you're dominating the game, don't quit. Don't quit. Keep going. Don't get too relaxed. Keep that same intensity. Look for goals. Destroy them. Destroy the opponent when they're down. 1v1 effort right here. You got to get the cross off.
Chance for a cross. It's sent back to Walker.
Good little ball.
For Morgan. It's a looping header. Catalan's there to collect.
And you see the difference between Toronto and the Queen City. The goalkeeper for the Queen City has the ball, and you see no outlets being provided. You don't see any of that urgency to run in behind. That's what separates you. What you're willing to do when you're down 3-0. That's what guarantee you that if you're being recruited on the Queen City team and you're down 3-0, the coaches are looking to see how you respond to that. What you're doing when you are down. Keeping the same intensity. 3-0, I mean, you can still come back.
Morgan.
Oof.
Wonderful skill. Good ball across, and it's tapped in. 4-0. Great finish after some wonderful work on this near side by Nathan Baker.
Go on.
And Toronto are 4-0 up as it is finished off by Kyrese Lynch-Bailey. The substitutes have their fingerprints all over it.
And this is what happens, right? When we talked about these little moments, running off the ball, and boop, I'm not even thinking about you. I'm playing it back post, looking for the tap in. And wait, let me turn around and celebrate with my teammate because he really just put that ball on the platter for me. But what a move on the outside here to free yourself. And it's important to know the quality of the cross and the ability to be back post, willing to score. A player that's come off the bench and is eager to make an impact. Love to see it. Well done from Bailey.
And a great move by Jordan Barclay to find Kyrese Lynch-Bailey. And it's turning into a memorable occasion for Toronto FC. No question about that.
Love to see players off the bench making an impact.
Yeah, the chat is loving the passing patterns, the build-up play.
Yes, I agree.
Toronto.
I agree with that. The one-touch passing that they're doing, they're being very creative. The quicker that they move the ball, the more that they're going to tire out the opponent, and then all of a sudden you're going to find a player free.
Sees Morgan again.
Look at Walker on the back post.
Walker is there. So is Catalan, and it's tipped onto the side netting and out for a corner.
If I see that Walker is always looking to receive the ball on my back shoulder, I'm going to position myself in between my center back. I'm going to spot the cross, and I'm going to also be mindful that I cannot be that far apart from a player that's been controlling the tempo on the outside.
There were a few thoughts asking you, Rodney, about the complex, rating it 1 out of 10 as a whole, the Toyota Soccer Center.
This is a very, very, very special place that for the growth of the young talent here. I think Dallas has done a tremendous job at putting on this show. The complex has been around for a while, and it's great because it allows coaches, it allows players to stay close and not to have to travel far distances, and it gives everybody a chance to be seen. So now recognition, turn around, look at the spaces.
And Queen City Mutiny get on the score sheet here.
It's good defense right there. That's good defense. Some players would shy away from that and allow the player to have time. Right there on a 1v1 situation, he pressed them tight, make sure that he lost the ball. That's brave.
Nathan Baker's defensive work there, Rodney, like you said, very good. Just to echo your thoughts on the Toyota Soccer Center as well, there was a great shot we got with Jamie Watson here the other day where our game was going on here on Field 4, and to the left of us, the field to our left, North Texas was training. Pamadou Ka's group was going through the motions, or I should say going through their steps, I should say. They were definitely training hard, and make no mistake.
It also adds for a little bit of motivation, right?
Yeah.
One of these players on this field say, how can my game get me to that next level?
It really is a top-notch facility, and
get close right there. Close that ball down. There you go. That's what professional coaches want to see. They want to see players that are not backing down from challenges. They're looking to see who is going to lock down a winger that is creative and not give the other team any ounce of space. Good pressure, good hold-up play. Good numbers around it to win the ball.
Oh, and then a little bit of style there as well.
Keep running. Keep running. Look at this.
Hartill, who started it, is making a good run through the middle. Morgan finds him.
One more.
Hartill plays it across. Lynch Bailey's pass is clear, but that's more great build-up play from Toronto.
It's good counter. Good counter from Toronto. This is something you train. It's not something that just happens out of luck, and being able to counter is a skill. As you can see, one of the best countering teams in the MLS, Portland Timbers, they don't do it off the just because. They do it because that's how they know they can hurt the opponent. They know they're good at that, and they train it. They've been training it for years. They're good on the counter. They get the ball. Got players running off each other.
There's a Toronto player down here, which is the reason for our stoppage. 23 minutes to go in this under-19 showcase. Let's have another look at our Adidas sounds of the game.
Well done, Joe. Well done, Joe. Move it. Find time. Find time. Hey, we've seen it a bunch of times. It goes to their center back and that way, and then it's a straight diagonal back this way. Yes! What a great ball out, man. What a ball. Hey, and don't let them back into. We have 15 minutes. We're up 2-0. Let them feel that at halftime, right? Let them feel down with no hope at halftime, please.
Well, Rodney, that last little tidbit is exactly what Toronto FC have done in this second half. Almost a precursor, a prediction of it almost from the coach.
They're down. Keep them down, right?
Yeah.
Why would you let the other team come back and get a sniff of the goal? This is when you keep the ball, you have fun, you move it, but not just to move it for fun. You're not just moving it to slow the game down. You're moving it because you want every single player to get a chance at being successful, and that's by keeping it with a purpose. Are you attacking? Are we defending as a group? Are we still following the game plan regardless of what the score is?
Well, it's been a great afternoon for Toronto. Kyrie's Lynch Bailey has come off the bench and scored so far, but it really has been Miles Morgan who has stolen the show so far today. He's got a hat trick and he's our Adidas man of the match. Pretty safe to say, Rodney.
Solid performance. I mean, no questions asked. You scored 3 goals. I think you're deserving of the man of the match for sure. But let's not it does not take away from the rest of the players who have been solid, who have been organized.
And our Adidas man of the match has scored a hat trick in this game. He's scored them in different ways. His head, opportunistic with that finish as well. And that volley is one of the best goals we've seen today.
Yes. Boom. Slow the game down a little bit. Switch it to the other side. Receive, maybe the player right there can receive the ball a little bit higher up the field, and now you're already starting to cover more ground.
Toronto is getting ready to sub 3 more on here, give some more guys some experience at this tournament. As Toronto's tournament will come to a close here. What a way to finish it off. Queen City Mutiny have just had a tough time.
Go hungry, Toronto has to win the ball again. It's impressive. Up 4-0. They want more.
I was going to say, Rodney, that's probably as big of an issue for why Queen City Mutiny have struggled today than anything. Toronto have just been
superior,
all over them. Yeah.
Toronto has just been better.
Yeah.
And that's okay, but I don't want to see any of these Queen City players quitting. I can understand if one team might be better than the other, but individually, you got to develop good habits, and a good habit to have is definitely playing until the final whistle. No one's ever going to fault you for that. One touch inside, they get it back. Toronto plays different, man. They're a good team.
Yeah, from top to bottom in the Toronto FC organization. Very strong. So we get some help retrieving the ball. There will be those substitutions that are made. Edwin Magazza is going to come on, along with Mateo Albia and Denzel Vasquez, as Keegan Walker comes off. He really was tremendous today for Toronto FC's academy. And this under-19 showcase gets a big old round of support and a job well done from his teammates and coaching staff. Obviously, Miles Morgan's had a tremendous day, but Keegan Walker not far behind in impact on the game for Toronto.
No, Walker has had a solid game. Happy for that player. Happy for what he's able to accomplish.
Magadza, I should say, was trying to maneuver his way through. Lima wins it back for Queen City Mutiny.
Another giveaway by Queen City.
Toronto able to reestablish things with just over 18 minutes to go in our third and final game of the day.
Keep the ball moving, Toronto, well done. They're mixing it up, a bit of possession. They're continuing to be direct. And now right here, we get an isolated 3v1 situation.
Chance to cross it into the middle. It's dealt with first time of asking as Vasquez tried to find a teammate. Queen City Mutiny just having trouble getting it out of their own end at the moment. Great pressure from Toronto every time they try.
The goal is to gain the ball, gain control of the ball right again, and lift your head up, King. The play's there.
Kiddis is now able to get onto it. It's placed back into the penalty area. Di Rosario collects as he was able to stop the run of Paquet, who was trying to get on the end of that overlapping run.
And we've talked about decision making. And right here, you see Queen City. I mean, they have a player open on the right side. The player with the ball lifts his head up, which is a positive, but doesn't play the ball. Don't hesitate. Lift your head up. If the player's open, hit the switch. If you mess the pass up, that's fine. But if you don't do it, then you're going to get used to not doing it. So get used to doing it, making the mistake until you perfect it.
Well, Justin Galanti is on the sideline with the hat-trick hero, Miles Morgan.
Oh, thank you guys, Miles. Pretty impressive performance out there today. A hat trick. Probably a performance you're never going to forget, right?
Yeah, for sure. It was nice to score a hat trick because last game I got a brace, but I wasn't able to score the hat trick, so this one feels good.
Talk about the scorer's mentality that you have and how you take that onto the pitch every time you take it.
Just being in the right position at the right time and finishing it.
How much has it meant to you and your group to be together, have this experience, have this game, obviously, the showcase game on TV?
It's amazing because you want to play in front of your fans, but people at home that weren't able to show up for the game, it's nice to play in front of them.
Your coach was talking earlier about the experience you guys have had over the last couple of years dealing through COVID and not being able to be together for a while, and this being the culmination of basically 12 months of work. To play this well as a group in this match, what does it mean to you guys?
It means a lot because you're at home, couldn't do nothing on Zoom calls, so it's nice to get the camaraderie together.
All right, last one for you. Of the 3 goals you scored today, which was your favorite?
Probably the last one.
All right. The hat trick king. Congratulations. Thanks so much. Guys.
Great stuff from Justin and from Miles Morgan. I think I agree with him. I think that third one, just the way it sat up so nicely for him and the way he smashed it into the back of the net, it was worthy of a showcase game like this.
Just the fact that he even did it alone out of instinct. So yeah, that means that he has that in his back pocket. So that's something good to spot out of a sequence like that.
And Toronto have been coming wave after wave. Continue to press, continue to push the envelope.
Good one-touch play. That's recognition. Knowing that you're about to get pressured, you have no other option to play it one-touch. If you don't get rid of the ball, you're going to get it stolen right there. You cannot lose the ball in the middle of the field.
It says a lot about this group that with 15 minutes to go, they continue to fight, continue.
Toronto's doing a great job of playing inside the pockets, in between the right back, in between the center midfielder.
Ooh, is that a penalty? Referee waves it away. Little trip in there as it was a nice run from Albia, but referee says no penalty.
Look how hard it is for Queen City to get out. But they've done a good job of switching the point of attack. Now it's about moving forward with the ball.
Toronto have been relentless
there it is.
all game.
Lift your head up.
This pass was on earlier. This time it's in the direction, and in the end it's well shielded away by Barclay.
Barclay with a good recognition of where the ball is going and where the opponent is. That's a skill. It's something that you have to practice, especially as an outside back, as a center back. The way that you rotate your body. Tackle.
Albeit couldn't quite get there. It's well dealt with defensively by Caleb Hilton. But Toronto win it back again. That's been Queen City Mutiny's big issue today. Just not a lot of possession for an extended period of time. Showed some decent signs in the first half, but just didn't create enough in that final third, and Toronto have been dominant.
Ball inside,
nearly a fifth!
Hey, what save that was.
It really was. It wouldn't have counted. Offside flag is up. Catalan wasn't to know, and makes another tremendous save, it must be said.
What a ball, too, though. Great effort in the air. The goalkeeper, I mean, that is a fantastic save right there. Regardless if it was offsides or not, the save was made, the highlight was made. Now people back home can watch it. Now coaches can watch it. You're good.
And that wasn't for the cameras either. That was a reaction save that had to be made. And it denies Mugadza a fifth Toronto goal. And that'll take us into our second half hydration break. A chance for the teams to regroup one final time before the final few minutes here. Toronto been spectacular today. We talked to the hat-trick hero, Miles Morgan, with his 3 tremendous goals today. Kyrie's Lynch-Bailey added one as well. Here is Morgan. Now he's got his warm-ups on. And for someone who's been en fuego, caliente as you like to say, doesn't matter what layers you put on, you're going to stay just fine, nice and toasty. Sean St. Jacques, Rodney Wallace, Justin Galanti here with you. This is the final game of the day, the Under-19 showcase. After some playoff drama started out our day. Adidas is a proud partner of MLS Next, where others see the impossible. At Adidas, we see possibilities. Impossible is nothing. We had a great second game today. Rodney, New England beat PDA by 3-2. That was one of the better celebrations of the tournament. Where does it rank for you in goal celebrations? We've had some really good ones.
The fact that it was a set celebration, that's what I loved about it. This is kind of like a Maradona World Cup moment right there.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
That was Empire United a few days ago. Hey. Zarconi's goal. Oh, and a little bit of Terrell kicking the goal, or I should say that's the corner flag.
Bender from Charlotte. He's the one that's kicking the flag after he scores.
Rodriguez for CF Montreal's celebration as well. That was a great game a few days ago here on Field 4, Soccer's FC Chicago. They scored some great goals on this field as well. A couple of their best celebrations from the week. What a week it's been. It's been some of the best parts of it, seeing the celebrations not only amongst the players, but with the other academy teams as well. Houston Dynamo having some great moments as well.
It's funny because at times, for example, right now it's so hot that at times the celebration is crucial.
The knee slide there from Marquez. Omar Marquez, what a day he had a few days ago. That hat-trick that he had on this field, Omar Marquez for Sac Republic. He got mobbed every time he celebrated, and Rodney, you could see there, he got a hero's welcome as he was lifted high into the air after that under-15 game.
Those were beautiful moments.
PDA had some great ones earlier.
Great moments.
And Malcolm Fry, his goal, well celebrated.
Toronto right here
for New England.
Good pressure. Oof, ooh, what a meg.
Lovely skill there to get out of trouble for Queen City Mutiny.
Can they get out of trouble? Still can't.
You're right, Rodney. Further from that, they're not able to really hold on to it.
These boys are running.
Toronto want more.
These boys are running.
Great ball across as well by Lynch-Bailey, just out of the reach of Mugadza.
one touch.
Relentless Toronto, aren't they? Every time
They
Queen
want the
City
ball.
Mutiny want to get out, Toronto are on top of them.
Oh, especially when it's this hot. You don't want to be the team that doesn't have the ball, so keep it. Keep it.
That's a great point. Having to chase the game like
don't
that
wanna
is going
chase
to
the
wear you
game like
down.
this.
Yeah. We've seen it.
That's why it's crucial to maintain the same level of concentration. The intensity might drop a little bit, which is normal. It's 4-0, and it's 110 degrees out here. So, yes, the level might drop, but it's just about doing the things right, like just keeping the ball moving, making the right runs, perfecting the skills.
And of course, the days, just say that heat picks up as the day goes on here in Frisco. The days earlier in the week were really up there in temperature as well, but of course the humidity plays a big role as well. And despite that, we've still seen some really good performances, but it's, to be fair, should be said, cooler the temperatures have been, the better quality we've gotten out on the field, but it's only natural that that occurs. The right idea with the ball down this near side.
Good.
Hartzell. Masatola, who's been tremendous today. Now Lynch Bailey. Good fight for it on that far side. Toronto, I believe, have won the throw. No, it's going to go the other way. I beg your pardon. Took a while for the assistant to come to a decision there. It's going to go to Queen City Mutiny. I think Miles Morgan gets the performance of the day nod from you, Rodney, as Toronto continue to knock it about.
He does, for sure. I mean, 3 goals is no easy task. Regardless of how they were scored, I mean, it still allowed his team to get the result they wanted.
Hard to argue with that.
But this boy right now on the ball,
yeah,
he's special. He's special.
He's really playing well.
And controlling the tempo of the game right here. Look. He wants the ball at all times. Toronto with the third man running.
Chance to make it 5. Not quite able to. Denzel Vasquez.
Toronto's playing at a high level right now.
Yeah.
They're playing at a high level. Love to see it. Up 4-0. Still pinging it. Still dangerous.
Picking up where Miles Morgan left off. Denzel Vasquez. Catalan dealt with it brilliantly. Second half goalkeeper for Queen City Mutiny. Trying to keep it at 4. They've been dealing with wave after wave of Toronto attacks here in the second half. That possession, as talked about earlier, definitely impacting Queen City Mutiny. Just haven't had a lot of the ball, and they've had to chase it around to get it back. They have to defend a corner here. Vasquez couldn't quite get a head onto it. And again, Toronto can recycle it. Barclay, who has an assist in this second half. The Toronto players from the substitutes bench have been just as good as the starters today.
And Barkley from the left back position. It's going to be important for him to pick and choose the times where he becomes a supporting cast for his players. At times, it's not always the right idea to overlap or to underlap. At times, it's, oof, what a chance. At times, it's important to just pass the ball and create an angle.
Vasquez with some great work. That's a free kick for Queen City Mutiny. Chance to take a breath here for them. 4 minutes left in this showcase game. And again, this pass has been on at times for Queen City Mutiny, although Barclay's well positioned this time to deal with it.
Oh, Barclay, that's excellent. That's excellent.
Hartill. Vasquez. And again. Well, this is what you're looking for from a team that's 4-0 up and still wants to finish a game out strong.
They got lucky here.
Vasquez.
Turn. Men on. Good job.
Hartill gets out of trouble there. Maybe he heard you, Rodney.
A bit lucky, but hey, it worked out.
Lynch Bailey keeps that in play.
1v1 here.
Asatola. Lynch Bailey will take that in the end. It's a corner with 3 minutes of the 90 still to play. Lynch Bailey scored Toronto's 4th after the Miles Morgan heroics with the hat trick here at MLS Next Cup. It's been a great day 5. New England and Columbus winning our playoff games earlier today in dramatic fashion. And it's been all Toronto in our 3rd and final game of the day. Lynch Bailey pulled out the party tricks for a second there, but was dispossessed. Good challenge by Matthew Thurine. Is that a foul? Looks like it. And it'll be a free kick.
It's a good recovery foul from your number 10. Remember that. Your number 10 is running all over the field in the 88th minute. Up 4 goals.
It's what separates the good teams from the great teams. Doesn't matter what the score is. You continue to give your all until the very end. Sean St. Jacques, Rodney Wallace. Justin Galanti is with us as well on the sidelines. Justin?
Yeah, Rodney, I have a question for you. We were talking this morning a little bit about Landon Donovan, and you were saying he was one of the better players that you ever played against. Is there somebody that you maybe enjoyed playing against the most in terms of, you know, the challenge that they presented to you?
Yeah, no, so Landon Donovan, as we were speaking, because we started talking about his statue at in LA outside of the stadium, he got that for a reason, and he's one of the smartest players I've ever played against. His movement off the ball and his knowledge of the game, he knew exactly when it was time to pass and move, when it was time to rest, and when it was time to be explosive.
He's a player a lot of us were thinking about the other day when we were talking about first men and women U.S. players. You think of when you see the United States crest, one of the best products American soccer has ever produced, Landon Donovan. So many World Cup memories over the years. Of course, the U.S. will hope to bring more this summer. Weston McKinney was with us earlier. He'll be part of that. Toronto looking to finish with a flourish. They played so well all day. They want another one as we enter stoppage time. Always flared back in, dealt with. 2 added minutes still to play. Whoops. And Queen City Mutiny with Thiago Lima. That is a foul and a free kick. Barclay. He's going to, I think, see a card here. Referee was going to the book.
Things got a little heated. Things got a little heated there. I don't mind it. And I don't mind that play by Barkley to get back and the determination to still make sure that he keeps that 0 right there. He makes sure that everything is in order. That is a great play from a defender. I can understand why the frustration, but, I mean, you got to track back, and he did.
Might be one of the last chances here for Queen City to attack the goal. So we've almost had half of our injury time. Can the boys from Charlotte get a consolation goal here? Barthos is over this. Oh, it's flicked on. It was flicked on by a defender. It's going to go out for a corner. Queen City get another set piece. Toronto trying to hold on to that clean sheet in the latter stages as Queen City Mutiny finally get a little bit of a look in at goal. Alejandro Sardone will take it. Could be the last act of the match. Sardone takes it. Top of the penalty area, and it is headed over the bar and out. And that might be that at the end of this one.
Might just do it.
Well, in the end, it has really been a tremendous Toronto FC Academy performance today. And it finishes with a 4-0 triumph over Queen City Mutiny. Very impressive from TFC's Academy today. And Rodney, they win it by 4-0 to finish off our day here in Frisco.
Complete performance by Toronto FC, dominant performance, 4-0, and we still saw players getting back, tracking back, defending all the way till the 90th minute. Well done, Toronto.
We have 2 playoff semifinals tomorrow. We're looking forward to that. Thanks to our entire crew, Justin Galanti, Rodney Wallace. I'm Sean St. Jacques saying so long from Frisco. We'll see you tomorrow on Twitch and on YouTube.